Hey folks, Dave the Not So Evil Viking 13 here, back in Fallout 4 as General Dave for the start of a new settlement build here at Bedford Station. Now, some of you might be saying, wait a second, you can't build at Bedford Station. Well, yes I can, and now you can as well because I have created a small creation kit mod for both Xbox One and PC that turns Bedford Station into a customized settlement location, and a good sized one at that. Unfortunately, this mod is using scripts right now, so it is blocked from being uploaded to PS4. I'm going to see if in the future I can remove some of those scripts if they're not completely necessary. But for now, you guys can go in the description of this video right now and download this mod and start building here yourself. As you can probably also tell, I have made a couple of changes to the station because there's going to be a theme for this build. A theme that I've wanted to visit in my settlement builds for quite a while, but haven't had a chance just yet. It's time to correct that. You see, I've always thought that Oberland Station is a neat settlement, but it's just way too small for anything that I would want to do related to the rail system. Plus, the tracks at that settlement are just at a really weird elevation. Just does not quite look right. But now that Bedford Station is actually its own settlement location and a much larger one than Oberland, I'm going to turn it into a rail yard with a massive battle train as a centerpiece. Inspired by World War I trains and just the other train systems in Fallout 4, you guys saw me turn one of those train cars at Vault 88 into some housing for my settlers. I want to turn this into a mobile and static but very cool looking train that fits into my storyline for General Dave and my Minutemen Empire. Additionally, this is going to be a settlement building contest. You guys are going to have until October 30th to complete your designs and send them to me via a YouTube message. I would suggest uploading your Xbox footage or your PC footage to YouTube and send me an unlisted or public link, your choice. After that date, Joel and I are going to pick our top 3 favorite uses of the battle train and the Bedford Station location and how you guys use it for your player character, and we're going to do a showcase video on our favorite 3 builds. As you guys can see, I've provided a number of flat cars that have floor pieces already on them ready to be snapped to, so you guys can create your own version of the battle train. There's even a boxcar. If you've ever wanted to decorate your own personal train boxcar, make a nice cozy, perhaps general's transportation quarters, or for your Minutemen officers. But we also have a Vault-Tec passenger car, which has been refurbished by either the Minutemen, if you're choosing them like I did, or the faction of your choice, as a partial passenger car, again. But also I left a bunch of room for you to do whatever you want with it. And I've even hung these nice step ladders, just in case the train stops somewhere that does not have the nice platform outside. Of course, you can't actually use those, but, you know, immersion. The mod is still in an alpha stage. It is missing a couple of things like a customized nav mesh so that your settlers don't get hung up on the new train pieces, but for the most part, it's already fully functional. There is a working workshop. There is a border that should be roughly aligned, actually quite closely aligned with the actual build area of the settlement. You can add settlers to it and also add it to your caravan network. If you guys want to help me alpha test this thing and submit any bugs either down there in the comments or on the comments section of the mod itself, we'll get this thing finished here before too long. A few other changes include moving the ghoul spawners for Bedford Station kind of out to the woods, but I didn't delete them, they're just moved out of the settlement area. So there could actually be some ghoul attacks on your settlement, so some walls, perhaps General Dave's wasteland walls, might be a good idea to protect your settlers. Additionally, that also means that any quest that you get for Bedford Station about killing the ghouls should probably work okay. For now though, I'm going to get started on my build, so if you guys want pure inspiration and want to keep all your good ideas to yourself, don't watch me build and go ahead and dive into your own. But if you guys want to see how this build is going to work for me personally, let's go ahead and go in game and get building. As you guys can see here, I've already made a number of additions to the train. We have an alternate fuel system with a couple of fusion reactors. This one's for the engine. Doesn't actually work, of course. And this one's for the settlement itself to actually use, because I have equipped the front of the train not only with some seriously gnarly spikes, but with a number of turrets as well. And we're going to need to get those powered up here. I am quite proud of the fog effects and steam effects that I've added. You guys listen. Let me turn the music down some. I even added some steam sound effects. Oh yeah, that's immersive. I tried to keep most of the build area as a blank template for you guys to use for your own builds, but I'm imagining this shack right here as my workers' quarters. This settlement won't have, you know, all of the different stuff that a build like Sanctuary has with hospitals and bars and housing and all kinds of stuff. This is going to be a stop on my protective ring of defenses around Sanctuary. The rail line that goes from around 10 Pines Bluff, I imagine the train could fit through there, and it goes all the way down past Starlight Drive-In to Oberlin Station and down here all the way past Gunner's Plaza. But I imagine that for my Minutemen, the train probably doesn't go past Egret Tours Marina. But in my General Dave lore, that is a rail line that this train traverses once a day, very slowly, because of all the damage to the tracks that we've had to repair. But it's going to be a train covered in defensive turrets and passenger compartments and also some freight hauling. And it's kind of a mobile defensive ring for Sanctuary, for Red Rocket, for Starlight Drive-In, which I haven't built that just yet. It's a way of having an extra layer of defenses for primarily Sanctuary itself, which, holy crap, did it actually have 51 people there? Anyway, so if you're planning an attack on Sanctuary from the Boston area, you're going to have to worry about this mobile World War I inspired battle train. Additionally, it's carrying stones from the mine work over here to a processing facility over here at Starlight Drive-In, which is just down the tracks. Again, this is all my head lore for now, but this build, as well as Starlight Drive-In, will be supporting what I'm describing here. So, you guys will have to wait to see why we're transporting all of that stonework to Starlight Drive-In for processing, for chiseling new General Dave statues, or stonework for the government buildings at Sanctuary, but that'll come down the line. Wow, no pun intended, but it'll come down the line. For now, I think I'm going to actually start working on the train itself before any of the supporting buildings. I just want to see how this works. Alright guys, let's get started on our train itself by connecting those turrets up front, just so we have some defensive power going. If anybody shows up, those turrets can tear them apart. I'm not going to connect the saw blade traps that I added to the side of this train car, just because I know for a fact I'm going to run into them. You, Settler, are going to be my supply line. You're going to go to Oberlin Station, appropriately enough. And bingo, there's all of our supplies. As you guys can see there, I have the option of glitching things a bit thanks to Place Everywhere. Love it. A little dangerous to work on this thing, but hey, it's covered in spikes. What do you expect? What's the sleekest way to add power around this curve? Just like that, maybe? A little dangerous to work on this thing, but hey, it's covered in spikes. What do you expect? So now we have some defenses, and seeing our settlers are complaining about the beds, let's place some of those down as well. Give them some of these small beds. So that'll be a bit crowded for now. Okay, a lot crowded for now. I think for today, because I already spent so much time in the creation kit designing the template for this settlement, I think just for today, I'm going to finish things off by building a caboose for the train. Once I figure out what I'm stuck on here. Huh, invisible wall. I should probably check that out. A random piece of raider armor. I've already got a little bit of inspiration for this. I'm gonna try and use the red barn pieces to make a traditional style caboose, although it might be a little bit oversized. Structures, barn. And then our walls here. I think I'm actually going to work on getting a more caboose-like effect by lowering this manually down towards the tracks. So it'll snap if I turn surface snapping off like that. Cool. Figuring out where my doors go, and then how the roof cap is going to work. I think I can possibly fake it a bit with this doorway and having it clip a tiny amount. This is, again, where place everywhere is really going to come in handy. So as you guys can see, I've got a little bit of flickering going on from the Z fighting. Just so I can access it, here's a temporary set of stairs. Okay, for our floors, we've got... I actually like this white wood. It's technically a floor, but it's painted, so. And then under miscellaneous, we have, of course, those nifty little caps. And yes, we do have these roof pieces as well. And then that cap. I'll see which cap looks better. Oh, there's one thing that I need to change. There's a really bad height limit to the settlement right now. Oop. Well, I just wasted some wood. I'll fix that so that you guys don't have that limitation when you go to build. If at all possible, I'd love to actually be able to see up inside that window. That's going to require a lot of wrangling. I think it would be worth it. You guys might disagree very shortly here. Let's see if I can do it. It's about the same distance. Bring that in a bit more. Bring it back this way. Bring it back this way. Starting to look caboose-like. I think the answer, now that I've hopped up here, might be a simple one, guys. I take these wooden floor pieces and rotate them just right. Yeah, it's okay if we don't have an exact match on the roof line. I love the creaking metal sounds that I added. I think they're from the Pridwin. Rest in peace, Brotherhood. Pieces. Fiery. Fiery pieces. West Coast Brotherhood is best coast. Okay, that's looking good. That creaking sound makes it sound like that train is just about to explode. I think I'm going to use this right here for a final set of turrets. I think I have to go with, from this mod that I have, where is it? The railway turret, which fires the railway spikes. Get around that height limit by placing them down lower and then bringing them back up. That's a good point for a save. I'm going to get some power going back here just for construction purposes. Compact generator going there. And I'll just do a strong wireless conduit from a conduit mod so I can place some basic lights and go. Although this one looks perfect for the back of the caboose. That looks awesome. Don't worry guys, I'm not going to forget the hanging lantern. That is also going to be a requirement. I'm just not sure if they are in here. They are in here. Perfect. That is beautiful right there. An ugly caboose, if you will. But I like the apocalyptic stylings. So I want to get an observation deck going where we can actually see out of the turret up top. Let's get creative with those barn pieces. See, we got these monstrosities. Got a very tight space to deal with in here. So what I want from this is to be able to walk underneath of it like that, but also crouch and get up into our turret. I'm going to lower this with the console to see how low we would have to actually get. Yeah, we kind of have to come from the side there, which is problematic. So now we have to jump to get up there. How can we solve that? And there we have a solution, guys. It's not pretty, but thanks to the G2M stairwell here, takes up a bunch of space, but you can climb up it like this. Get your head up into the top of the caboose and climb up onto the shelf, and there we have a working, what is this called? Crow's nest, I guess, maybe? On top of our caboose. Very happy that I actually went with the one that dug it to the roof. Worth that extra bit of engineering effort, I'd say. So let's play the game of space now. I can unbelievably walk over that. Very surprised. I need to shrink the staircase down just a tiny bit to get everything to fit. So let's see how the rest of the caboose is going to come together. Thinking a kitchenette at the back here. Built-in couch, perhaps. Let's look at our couches first. I'm going to go to Homemaker. Oh, here we go. These diner couches make for a nice compact option. Train style. Caboose style, I guess. It's all about the use of space. I guess they would probably want some kind of table of some kind. Put that into the ground just a bit. This is so cool. And I think a stove that would double as our heating source for the car could definitely be the traditional cooking stove. I'm actually going to put it in that corner, so it's more in the center of the caboose. And I'll add a built-in counter again from Homemaker in that corner. Would a whole counter actually fit in here? It might. It kind of does. I might shrink it down 1 unit and put it all the way back into the corner. That gives them a sink to work with as well. So you've got your little dining nook. And you can get around the table here. This is where our beds are going to go. So what we'll do then is we're going to build a little mini bathroom under here. What do we have for fixtures? A very basic sink because you have a limited water supply. That Institute toilet would be perfect if it was more worn down. I think this old school toilet is a good fit. And we can say that our water supply is underneath the stairs here. Just out of sight. You know, for immersion. I might even add a tank in there later on. For now though, I'm imagining a built-in shelf under this lip here. And some bunk beds here in the back. We've got some neat plumbing pipes to add some detail to the car back here. Okay, there we go. Just adding some neat details there. We're going to go with all wood construction in here though, because I think that really fits the theme. If the Minutemen built this caboose out of bits of scrap. Here we go, half wall from Snap and Build. Again, we're working with some very tight spaces here. Can we still get up? Oh yeah, yeah we can. What kind of doors might fit in there? Yeah, it kind of looks brand new, but that's what we've got to work with. There is our bathroom. I think I'm also going to cover up this damaged part of the caboose with a piece of sheet metal to give it some visual interest. Do this one that has the cap on it. Yep, that is one apocalyptic looking caboose right there. And let's see where our bunk beds are. I want to say G2M furniture. Those are the wall cots. Actually, I kind of want to give somebody their own wall cot there. Shrink it down just a little bit. Someone's got a cozy nook attached to the bathroom now. I think we'll, whoops, cover this section here, this window, with this piece of scrap metal, because you don't want bullets flying into your sleeping quarters. Thematic and practical, scavengers, sleeping furniture, bunk beds. Got 'em. Put it in backwards. Oh, snapping was turned off. There's one bunk bed. I think we'll do a little table or something right there. Between the two beds. Perhaps a container of some kind in the corner. Oh man, talk about a tight fit. That's too big. This though works well. Will this one fit in the corner? Just barely. I'll put this one over here. Do we even have room for a do-it-yourself shelf? That's gonna block things. We're gonna need lots of shelving in here to deal with the limited space. Now, I'm not going to decorate this entirely because we are going to have a tour here. And I want to save some surprises for you guys. I think the engineering part of this was pretty fascinating, to be honest. I'm going to put some boxes for storage up there. Some decorations here and there. Oh yeah, speaking of engineering, let's see now if we can fit a door onto this monstrosity. Let's go with a nice white, thick wooden door, but with some windows very small up top. And that doorway is, in fact, working. I'm not going to put a window on the end, I don't think. Well, it is wanting to snap. Let's see how it looks. Just a little tiny window. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let some of the light in. I just absolutely love Place Everywhere. The stuff you can do with it. I mean, it's about as close to limitless as you can get. Just in the caboose so far, how many pieces have I resized and moved around to fit? There's a look out the window. I'm just imagining a World War I style like Lewis machine gun up here in the window. That's what the turrets are for. I think before I call it for this episode, guys, seeing the caboose has taken longer than I planned, Let me open this door up. There we go, opens outside. Fix our stairs. And then I'm going to relight the interior with some shadow casting lights because I think this build's going to be small enough where we can get away with some stuff like that. Actually using some heavier frame rate hitting lights that do cast shadows. I think the effect will be well worth it. Warehouse. Do like 2 sets of these small ones. Again, thank you. Place everywhere. Hey, that kind of works. You can walk up it. Might look a little bit goofy. Maybe I'll put a bottom piece on it, but for now, that'll do the trick. Let's see what kind of lighting we can get here. There we are. It's actually casting shadows across the other light. This, I believe, casts light as well. Or casts shadows as well. Do a double. That's cool looking. Then a single one here. Into our bathroom nook. And we'll do a single light there. And then a double light for the hallway. That adds some very cool lighting. We have lots of browns in here, but I think some posters and some small decorations will help brighten the colors up just a bit. But there you have it, guys. We just built ourselves, in the settlement workshop system, a red caboose. That's going to be it for our first Let's Build episode for Bedford Station and General Dave's own personal battle train. Hope you guys have already got your mod set up and you are digging into your build if you're going to go in for the competition. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Hope you guys have enjoyed my build so far. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.